What's going on, YouTube entourage? I'm back once again. This review is a day late because I just got back in town last night, and last night this review was not happening. I promise you, I was dog tired, dead to the world. I still am. I actually finally got a full night's rest. I've been traveling since probably Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, nothing but busy, nothing but traveling, working, all of that good stuff. But here we are. So this is season 5, episode 4, Faulty. Okay. Um, Nathan has a barber event at the beach. Issa, Kelly, and Molly are having a conversation about being, just more open and for free and wanting to get some of that good stuff and somebody who knows what they're doing in the bedroom. And Issa feels awkward about crying in front of Nathan, and is just kind of worried about where they go from here when they were trying to kiss and they were trying to get into the situation in the bedroom, and things have been weird because they haven't discussed what happened since the night that it happened. So going forward, the block, Issa's company, BLOCC, they made a new company with nothing but water. And Crenshaw is trolling Issa on Twitter. He has a lot to say about it, and he's not letting her live down what happened in episode 2 or whatever the case may be, which it wasn't too much of a big deal. He definitely seems to be making a mountain out of a molehill, but he's definitely trolling her and calling her out on Twitter, and it's really kind of bugging Issa, and it's in the back of her mind this entire episode. Let's see what else happens. I got some things written down because I'm still tired. We try to make it quick. Issa talks to Nathan when she gets there. It's hella awkward. It's just mad awkward. The tension and the weirdness is just on level 15, maybe even level 20. We way past the 10 with it. And they don't really talk about anything. We still cool. Yeah, we still friends. Yep. He walks away, and it's just dead obvious that he's not feeling the vibe, and he's definitely confused and potentially a little bit pissed off. Meanwhile, Kelly and Molly got their eyes set elsewhere. They looking for, they looking for love, lust, and everything else on the beach. At that point, Nathan has a friend named Arik who invites the rest of them to play spades. Issa don't know how to play. Kelly like, yo, you too big for us to be teaching you how to play spades. The age cutoff is 16, and that was really it. Also, Risha from the shop pulls up to the beach as well, and in the beginning, Nathan was also waiting for the food to get there from one of his homeboys, who ends up not even coming through with the proper food in that moment. While they playing spades, Risha needs some sunscreen lotion put on her, and Nathan's the one that volunteers to do it. They're not really all over each other, but I mean it is close. You putting sunscreen on somebody at the beach, and Issa was like, "Oh, they smashing," and the way the physical and the touching looked, it looked a little bit awkward, and it definitely looked suggestive. And then Issa was like, "Oh, they not smashing, but they smashing." I'm using my words wisely because we on YouTube, and they try to get you for everything, and we don't want that. I don't need that. I don't have time. I'm not even interested in that. So long story short, I guess it got a little bit flirty, and Issa got a little bit jealous. She left the table, went and got a drink, and Risha actually was like, "Hey yo, come on, you trying to get in the water, all that good stuff." And Risha got in the water. Nathan and Issa got there. They spoke, and this is when the conversation got into them still being friends. And I guess it was awkward for Nathan to even be asked that question, because what we was doing or what we was getting ready to do when you started crying in my mouth wasn't friends. That's not what friends do. Homeboy gets there with the food. They were supposed to have burgers and I guess whatever, the grill out and have a barbecue. And dude was like, when you told me you wanted food, you did not specify. You gonna take this Domino's and be happy. That's what he showed up with. He shows up and an earthquake breaks out. And Nathan said, all right, look, we got to evacuate, but the party ain't over. Let's go to Sharky's, which is a bar that's not too far by. Molly joins them, Kelly joins them, the whole crew goes. So it's like a little caravan situation. And everybody gets in their lifts and they different share rides and different cars or whatever the case may be. And Molly's still trying to figure out which of Nathan's friends she's trying to, I guess, take an adventure with. It is interesting to me though. I don't know if anybody's picked up on this, that every time Molly meets somebody new, it is one of Nathan's friends. It's one of his friends. The last time this happened, it was Andrew. Now now it's the Arik dude. It's like, yo, Molly, how many times you gonna keep doing this out of Nathan's pool? Like, for real. Because we ain't seen Andrew since y'all broke up. You know what I mean? So, like, are him and Nathan even still cool? Like, what's going on? Like, I need Molly to stop dating Andrew's friends. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I feel that way. Stop. Find somebody outside the circle. That way, when y'all break up, he can go back outside the circle again. Long story short, on the way, Arik is like, yo, imagine if I start dating your girl's girl. You see how your girl's girl was looking at me? She got them nice lips. She got that haircut. And then Nathan is like, that's not my girl. She don't know what she wants. I don't know what she wants. She all over the place. And he's kind of confused about where they stand. And at the end of the day, he doesn't know if she wants to be friends, if she just wants to be cuddle buddies. He doesn't know what to think of her. But at the end of the day, the friends are like, yo, you got that cry on your shoulder type of vibe. And at the end of the day, she showed up here because clearly she wants something, which is she ain't just show up to be a friend. She showed up for another reason. Issa is in one of Nathan's friends' cars with Kelly, with Risha, and Molly. And on the block's Twitter, Crenshaw is still trolling Issa, calling her a fraud. Letting all the followers know all skin folk ain't kinfolk and everything else. So she calls Koya, and Koya has already been hip to it, already seen the information. Koya's so pissed off that her nose is bleeding. Y'all know when Koya her energy goes through the roof, she get these nosebleeds whenever her energy starts to spike. So this is still going on. Koya still has this condition. And Koya is, one thing about Koya is loyal to Issa. I love her. She's one of my favorite characters in the show. She's TTG. She's like, at the end of the day, if you ready to go, I'm ready to go. I'm down. We can end this right now. We can do this. And Issa was like, you know what? We gonna take the high road. I'll let you know if I need anything. They ended there. Kelly and Risha, enlightened Kelly, are having a moment, and Kelly's on this spiritual path to break through, and she's basically saying, listen, I'm not having another drink until I'm enlightened. And I can respect that. Some people need to cut certain things out of their life for a moment to get to something new in their life and get to the next step in their life. So I can respect what Kelly's got going on. So in the middle of the ride, Issa and Molly are texting each other back and forth because Kelly and Risha are sitting there bonding, and in the middle of the texting, Issa tells Molly, I don't know, I think he got something going on with Risha. Well, Molly being, being the sister to Issa that she is, point blank, straight up, dead up, asked Risha, something going on with you and Nathan? She said other words. She was like, nah, that's like my brother, but if you trying to get down, I can arrange it for you. And Molly was like, nah, I'll circle back if I need you. And then basically let it be known to Issa, like, there's your answer. And Issa was like, well, I don't think that he rocks with me anymore. And then, Molly's like, well, what you gonna do about it? So at the bar, Nathan brings Issa a drink. They get the vibing out to Back Them by Mike Jones. And he requested it because, he got his little Houston vibe going on. He got some peoples that he knows from home. Some family of his ends up popping up. And, it just makes him nostalgic, and it makes him reminisce, and it makes him feel like he's at home. And they end up having a real conversation. Why'd you leave me hanging like that? I expected you to be there when I woke up. And then Nathan's like, I didn't know that we had expectations for each other. And Nathan apologizes for even taking it that far. And she apologizes, for thinking that he would spend the night, or for even asking him to spend the night. Nathan's cousin Thomas pulls up with his wife Velma. Now, this is where it got tricky for me. The vibe with Velma, Thomas, and Nathan was definitely off. I originally thought, and y'all can tell me below if y'all thought this too, I definitely thought that Velma and Nathan previously had something going on that maybe Thomas didn't know about. I that was what I picked up on. I thought it was a situation where Velma and Nathan had, maybe exchanged professionals. Maybe if they had, relations at a certain point. I thought that there was something personal that happened between the two of them, and maybe Thomas didn't know about it. That wasn't the truth, and Velma's behavior was a little bit, shady, tense, and I definitely thought that was the case though. And what else at the table? They're all sitting there talking, having conversation. What else I have written down here? Let's see. After the shade, Issa kind of jumps in and lets it be known that Nathan, and I keep telling everybody this is why I'm Team Nathan. Um, she lets everybody know, Nathan helped me settle down and, help me get solid and help me really figure some things out and help me take the next step into my life. And, that's what you do, not just for your friend, but when you care about somebody and you potentially love them. So that's what you do for your friend and also your relationship as well. And it's clear that Issa has personal feelings about, sticking up for him and being there for him as she should. And Nathan clearly appreciated it. They get a message that Jason Derulo's having a party. And one of Nathan's homeboys is dope excited about Jason Derulo for some reason. And everybody's invited to that next. Nathan asks Issa if she wants to go. Nathan's homeboy Arik wants to bring Molly. But there was another one of Nathan's friends that I think was invited by Molly. I forget how it went, but he was like, nah, he got to go let his cat out. But Molly was like, he worried about the wrong cat, and then tells Arik, yo, you trying to go with me or whatever the case may be. Well, during all of this, Kelly and Risha are having an emotional breakthrough. Kelly's talking about how she had a dream that her mom was a hamster on a wheel, but she forgot to feed her. So she ate her. So she was like, does that mean my past is still with me? It was so crazy. She was like, we having a breakthrough over here. It was so silly. And then she was like, we need more taquitos. Kelly is a fool. Kelly is me, and I'm Kelly. Like, trust me. Every group has a Kelly, and I can proudly and honestly say I'm that person in my group, whatever friend that I have. Kelly is a fool. Kelly's a damn fool. Kelly, I'm telling you, is nuts. Let's see. Nathan tells Thomas about the Jason Derulo party and invites Velma as well. Velma says she's gonna go home. She gotta let the sitter go. Let's see what else happens. On the way to the Jason Derulo party, Issa sees another troll message from Crenshaw, and a lot of comments like, "Yo, what's going on? Yo, we gotta support our own. Stop bringing people down." And Crenshaw sees Issa write something back, and she goes, "This is the thanks I get for all the exposure. I got you." Well, he reposts it, and it makes her look even worse. And Koya lets her know, listen, the internet, their attention spans are real small. This will die down, and if not, I'll make it die down, and in a few days, whatever the case may be. Well, they get to the party. Nathan's friend Arik is trying to get everybody into the party, and he can only get one person in because they add capacity, and he chooses to get Molly in. Of course, he's with Molly at this, situation. And the homeboy who was real fascinated with Jason Derulo was upset. And Issa leaves with Nathan. Molly lets it be known, listen, I'm gonna try to sneak you in. Well, Molly ends up finding a way to sneak them in. Thomas decides that he's gonna leave. He says he's tired, but Nathan was like, at the end of the day, I know Velma don't rock with me. I know she don't like me. Thomas is like, nah, man, Velma loves you. And it turns out the underlying issue and the tension is that Nathan was staying with Thomas and Velma at a certain point. And Nathan, I guess, was going through his emotional stuff and his mental health things and having a mental health crisis when he was staying with them. And Thomas was like, at the end of the day, it wasn't really her. It was me that wasn't rocking with you at that moment. You was leaving the door unlocked. You was coming in on hours of the night, day, middle of the night. You was leaving for days on end, not checking in, not checking out. I got kids. And when I asked you to leave, me and Velma decided it would just be easier to put on her. Um, and Nathan was like, you left me with no place to go, no notice, just kicked me right out. And that's how he ended up living with Andrew. And let's see. Thomas apologized for not telling him straight up, and he says he didn't know how to handle it. Nathan is shocked, and Nathan he almost looked teary eyed, and Thomas called his lift and was like, "Yo, I'll call you. We should keep talking." And Nathan he looked like he was getting ready to cry this time, and Issa was like, "Are you okay? We can get in." And he was like, "I need a minute." Nathan lets Issa know when I was living with them, I was manic, and at the end of the day, I just wanted to see them how I live now and how I am now, how I got my life together. And he was like, "But you know what? F them. If they don't see that, then forget it. And at the end of the day, I can't be who they want me to be, and I can't change how people see me. I can't change how you see me." Speaking of Issa, and she lets him know at the end of the day, the crying really wasn't about you, but the last year was hard for her, and she just isn't trying to get her hopes up about being more than friends with him. And he lets her know, I feel the same way. So basically, they both have been letting it be known to each other. I want to be more than friends with you. Oh, cool. That's what I want too. They kiss, and another small earthquake hits, and it was so it was a cute moment. You know what I mean? It was corny and romantic at the same time. It was like, did you feel that after they kissed? And then she was like, yeah, I felt that. And that's basically the episode. This is the reason why Issa's explanation at the table to everybody who, or when Velma had her little piece of shade or whatever the case may be, when Issa said, he really helped me get my life together, this is why I'm Team Nathan. Most people may not see it that way, but at the same time, you want somebody in your corner like that. He didn't even know Issa, and he was down for her like that and really rode for her, and still does. And he doesn't, they both don't, they're both awkward in their ways, and I think that's why it works. But when he ran off and didn't know how to communicate, at least they know how to come back to it and communicate as to where her and Lawrence would let things go to where it didn't even, there was no point of no return. You couldn't even come back to it. And I think that's why I think her and Lawrence are just done. I think it's just in. I think it's just the nail is in the coffin. It's in the ground. It's done with them. Especially with this whole baby situation. So I'm Team Nathan. I'm always gonna be Team Nathan. Anyways, what you think of this episode? What was your favorite part? What was your favorite scene? You already know what I'm gonna say. Every part with Kelly is my favorite scene. But also too, Nathan and Issa realizing that they do want to be with each other. That was my favorite part because I've been rooting for Nathan. So this is what I'm at with it. What do you think is gonna happen between Molly and Arik? And what do you think of the season so far? And what are you expecting for the rest of the season? I can't believe we're already on, what was this season? This is episode 5, I believe. Can't believe it. Already halfway through the season. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I really wanted an hour-long episode this season. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, rate, comment, share, tell a friend, subscribe. It's completely and totally free. Thank you to this small YouTube entourage that actually does tune in, comment, and correspond and have these conversations. And I'll be back with next week's episode review. Later.